Shift our focus to the big story that we are tracking. Well, it now appears almost certain that Karnataka is headed for a leadership change. Sources indicate that the Congress High Command has asked Mr. Siddaramaiah to step aside and pave way for new leadership in the state. After weeks of speculation and political uncertainty, the path now seems clear for DK Shivakumar to take over as the next Chief Minister of Karnataka. But first, let's take a look at the top developments. This is what has transpired so far from those closed-door meetings to today in the afternoon, where there are key huddles happening at Mr. Siddaramaiah's residence as well. So these are the top developments. The High Command has asked Siddaramaiah to step down. We're also given to understand that Siddaramaiah could resign tomorrow. That's what his close aide, one of his close aide, has indicated. Congress likely to change the KPCC president as well. That, according to many, is a move to placate Mr. Siddaramaiah. And Satish Jarkiholi, another close aide of Siddaramaiah, is the front runner for the KPCC position. Tomorrow at 9 a.m., that's when Siddaramaiah is going to hold the breakfast meeting. Cabinet members have been called for that. They will be meeting the Chief Minister for breakfast. At around 10:30 a.m., Siddaramaiah seeks time from Governor. Now remember, DK Shivakumar has stayed back in Delhi while Siddaramaiah went to Karnataka. And DK Shivakumar in the national capital will have meetings with the High Command, with the AICC, to finalize his cabinet, how his cabinet is going to look like. We have some breaking inputs coming in on the broadcast. A massive political twist unfolding in Karnataka, with senior Congress leader Mr. R.V. Deshpande now confirming that Chief Minister Siddaramaiah may be on his way out. In a stunning statement, Mr. Deshpande has said that the Chief Minister has decided to quit. He says he had a conversation with Mr. Siddaramaiah in which he said that he has decided he will quit. He says, we were all surprised. We were surprised by the developments, but he said he's made up his mind. He has decided that he is going to step down. Let's go across to Imran. He's getting us more details now. Imran, Mr. R.V. Deshpande says that he had a conversation with Mr. Siddaramaiah, and in that conversation, he was told that Mr. Siddaramaiah has decided, he's made up his mind that he wants to step down. Mr. Deshpande, they're also saying that that decision has come as a surprise. Remember, till about yesterday in the evening, K.C. Venugopal and all others maintained that, only Rajya Sabha elections were discussed, nothing else.
Well, yes, now that's completely almost 24 hours now since exactly what is said in the evening. Now, it is very clear that he was asked to step down, and the Chief Minister is stepping down tomorrow, and it's also very clear now DK Shivakumar will take over as the Chief Minister of the state. Now, it's only a matter of few hours now which is the CLP meeting will happen, and they will announce the new next Chief Minister, the party president. Siddaramaiah, many of the state senior leaders, in fact, even Randeep Singh Surjewala also has met the Chief Minister there, where even more than 1 hour it's happened now. He's having a meeting inside with the Chief Minister, and the Chief Minister has very clearly said that he's not coming to Delhi, and he will respect the decision of the Rahul Gandhi and what cases is Venugopal. He has told his supporters that anything further details will speak tomorrow, but today he's not going to take back or delay any his resignation. As per Rahul's wishes, he'll follow that. Now we have the DK Shivakumar still in Delhi. What sources inform us, they're trying to clear out the cabinet names. There's already been this decision
right.
about.
So essentially, Mr. Deshpande is confirming the inside scoop, the inside track that we got for our viewers from the closed-door meetings that were held yesterday. Siddaramaiah telling Mr. Deshpande that he has made up his mind, he's decided to quit. Let's listen into that statement, that confirmation that came in from Mr. Deshpande.
CM has already decided to resign. Understand? So, I think he may resign tomorrow.
So, what's the other MLA's opinion, sir?
MLAs who are there here wanted him to continue. But he said, I have given a word to High Command. I have to respect that word.
So there you have Mr. Deshpande confirming that Siddaramaiah told him that he has decided to quit. That's the big update. Considering DK Shivakumar is a Vocaliga leader, the Congress party is also apprehensive of a backlash. Siddaramaiah has the backing of the Ahinda votes. What does that comprise of? It comprises of the backward, minority and the Dalit votes. So it is likely that the state will get 2 deputy chief ministers. Sources say Karnataka will get an OBC deputy chief minister and an SC deputy chief minister. So that's how the High Command is trying to balance the caste equation. Here on your screens, you can see if there is a deputy chief minister of the OBC caste, they have kept in mind the fact that the share of the OBC community in the population stands at 29%. And the deputy chief minister number 2 would be from the SC community. Their share in terms of population is 17%. So that's how the Congress party, the High Command, is trying to balance the caste equations. They don't want to upset anyone. Meanwhile, we have some breaking inputs coming in on the broadcast. The caste flashpoint is intensifying amid the tussle that we are witnessing at the moment. The buzz around a leadership change has triggered sharp reactions from sections of the backward class community. With the influential Kuruba Sangh warning the Congress against sidelining OBC representation in the state, the prominent caste body has made its position clear. Any leadership transition, they say, must protect the interests of backward classes and the Ahinda social coalition that Siddaramaiah has long championed. Listen in.
ಕಮಾಂಡ್ ನಿನ್ನೆ ಸ್ಪಷ್ಟವಾಗಿ ಮೀಡಿಯಾ ಜೊತೆ ಮಾತನಾಡಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಮೀಡಿಯಾ ಅವರು ಪ್ರೆಸ್ ಮೀಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಯಾವುದೇ ಸ್ಪೆಕ್ಯುಲೇಷನ್ಗೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಅವಕಾಶ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಏನು ರಾಜ್ಯಸಭೆ ಮತ್ತು ವಿಧಾನ ಪರಿಷತ್ ಸದಸ್ಯರುಗಳನ್ನ ಆಯ್ಕೆ ಮಾಡೋದಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರ ನಾವು ಸೇರಿದೀವಿ ಅಂತ ಅವ್ರು ಹೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಆದರೆ ಇವತ್ತು ಬೆಳಗ್ಗೆಯಿಂದ ನಾವು ನೋಡ್ತಿರುವಂತದ್ದು, ಮೀಡಿಯಾದಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡ್ತಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥದ್ದು, ಮುಖ್ಯಮಂತ್ರಿಗಳ ರಾಜೀನಾಮೆಯನ್ನ ಕೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ನಾವು ಕಾಂಗ್ರೆಸ್ ಪಕ್ಷಕ್ಕೆ ಕೊಡೋ ಎಚ್ಚರಿಕೆ ಏನಂತಂದ್ರೆ, ನೀವು ಬದಲಾವಣೆ ಅವ್ರನ್ನ ಮಾಡಲೇಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಅನ್ನೋದಾದ್ರೆ ಮಾಡಿ, ಆದರೆ ಆ ಒಂದು ಸ್ಥಾನವನ್ನ ಏನು ಈ ಕೆಳಮಟ್ಟದಲ್ಲಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಅಂತ ಒಂದು ಜಾತಿಯವರಿಗೆ, ಅಹಿಂದ ವರ್ಗಕ್ಕೆ ಅದನ್ನ ಕೊಡಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಅನ್ನೋದು ನಮ್ಮ ಒತ್ತಾಯ.
Let's go across to Neha. She's joining us live from outside Siddaramaiah's residence. In fact, this is what we got to know yesterday as well, Neha, that Siddaramaiah has said if he has to step down, and others in his camp as well, then a Dalit chief minister should be appointed. Now we're given to understand how, this news is reaching people of these communities and how they are responding.
Well, yes, Swati, of course, first up here, the Chief Minister just having left his residence along with, of course, some of the other ministers here who had, in fact, come to visit him. We're seeing his entire convoy here, all of the ministers as well who had come to meet him. Now, what we pick up is that I beg your pardon, the Chief Minister is going about his duties as normal. Remember, even as confidants, close aides, sources, and everybody has suggested that the Chief Minister would be stepping down tomorrow, that he sought time from the governor as well, though unclear exactly what time, of course, he would be meeting him. The Chief Minister possibly, of course, today, maybe even being his last day as the Chief Minister of Karnataka, they're going about his duties. What we're picking up from our sources right now is that the Chief Minister just left for Vidhan Sabha, reportedly, of course, given, of course, there was still some administrative work here that was pending. We're also, of course, seeing members of the Human Rights Commission, of the Women's Commission, others as well. It's been a flurry of activity at the Chief Minister's residence all day. In fact, even as we are reporting live right now, there are more ministers from the Chief Minister's cabinet who, of course, are leaving his residence right now after having met with him. One thing that we do know so far is that, yes, the Chief Minister has sought the time of the governor. R.V. Deshpande, senior Congress, of course, leader there, on record saying that while the Chief Minister has made up his mind to resign, when he would do it is unlikely. We have other sources within the party telling us that a decision would be taken after, in fact,
right,
the breakfast meeting tomorrow, while all signs currently indicating that the Chief Minister is likely to be stepping down tomorrow. What we also know is that
Mr. Deshpande confirms that in a conversation with him, Siddaramaiah seems to have said that he's decided to quit, and that came as a surprise for many. Neha, thank you very much for getting us the details. Let's also take a look at how the Congress appears to be working on a careful balancing act in Karnataka as the leadership transition gathers pace. So according to sources, the party is weighing multiple options to accommodate outgoing Chief Minister Mr. Siddaramaiah and his camp, while also paving way for a new power structure in the state. Now, based on that, the first move that the Congress party could take, we given to understand that they've offered a national role to Mr. Siddaramaiah, a role at the national level, so a bigger role for him, Rajya Sabha role for Siddaramaiah. Move number 2, They are also trying to ensure that close aides of Siddaramaiah are accommodated. So his aide, Satish Jarkiholi, is the front runner to be the Congress president for the state of Karnataka. Number 3, Siddaramaiah's son, Yatindra, may be inducted into cabinet. And number 4, plum posts for Siddaramaiah's aides. That's what sources are telling us. All right, let me now also go across to our managing editor, Zaka Jacob, joining us on the broadcast. So it's not as simple as one person stepping down, paving way for the other person. And that's why I ask, are there any more twists and turns one must expect? Because there are caste equations to be balanced. The High Command also has to make sure that from now on, there is no friction between the two factions.
Well, look, I think the reason why Mr. Siddaramaiah seems to be digging his heels in. Look, one thing is very clear. He was told by the leadership, that is Rahul Gandhi yesterday, that it's time for a generational shift in the Karnataka Congress, and therefore he should make way for a younger generation of leaders. And I'm very clear that there is only one choice here, and that is DK Shivakumar. Remember, in 2023, when the Congress won the election, he was made a promise, even though he was the state president at that time, and he had, as he claims, equal claim to the chief minister's chair. He was made a promise of a rotational chief ministership. After 2.5 years, Siddaramaiah will make way for him. Those 2.5 years came and went by. In fact, 3 years have come and gone by. And I think now the Congress leadership has realized that they've got less than 2 years for the 2028 assembly elections in Karnataka. And this is the right time to make that generational change. The reason why Mr. Siddaramaiah has been holding out on going away or honoring that deal is twofold. One, of course, his interests, his people, his loyalists, most particularly his son, Mr. Dr. Yatindra Siddaramaiah, who, by the way, had contested from his father's seat, but he lost and now is an MLC. So his interests need to be taken care of. Most likely he will be inducted as a minister in the new cabinet. And two, I think it's a question of legacy. To give Mr. Siddaramaiah credit, he is by far the tallest backward caste leader in the state since probably Devraj Ars. In fact, the politics of the state has oscillated between Vokaligas and Lingayats, who are the two dominant middle castes. So if the transfer of power happens from Siddaramaiah to, let's say, DK Shivakumar, who's a Vokaliga, then we are going back to a familiar form of politics that Karnataka has seen for the last 50 years. It has oscillated between a Vokaliga chief minister and a Lingayat chief minister. What Siddaramaiah managed to do was to try and create this rainbow coalition called Ahinda, which is backward castes, minorities, Dalits, who are larger in number and for whom he was the biggest leader. He is afraid that the Congress will end up losing that Ahinda vote bank, that larger vote bank. He's also afraid that his own legacy will get lost after his time and it'll be back to a Vokaliga versus Lingayat kind of politics. That is his big fear. Of course, taking care of his interests, taking care of his people is also something that he has been insisting with the High Command. But one thing is very clear. He has been told explicitly by Rahul Gandhi in yesterday's meeting and subsequently with all the central leaders that he spoke to, KC Venugopal, Mr. Kharge, as well as Mr. Randeep Surjewala, that his time is up and he needs to go. The Congress High Command can't be seen as forcing his hand, but effectively that is what they're doing. They are asking him to leave in the next few days, and we're given to understand that tomorrow will be the last breakfast cabinet meeting under Chief Minister Siddaramaiah. Right after that, where he will announce to his wider cabinet his decision to step down, after which forthwith he will go to the governor, to the Lok Bhavan, and submit his resignation.
Absolutely. Now given the fact that there are complexities involved whenever you talk about caste equations, the High Command would also not want to upset him or his close aides. We have some breaking inputs coming in. Zaka, stay on with us. We're given to understand, Amit, the CM change in the state of Karnataka, backward class commission to submit caste census report today to the chief minister. Report to be submitted to Mr. Siddaramaiah. That's what we're given to understand. Let me quickly go across to Imran. Imran, if you can hear me, do share more details. Okay, I'm being told that Neha is joining us in the broadcast with more details. So the backward class panel is going to submit its report to Mr. Siddaramaiah today.
Well, that's right. In fact, this was something that was on the cards now for quite some time. And again, even amidst all of the political crisis that the state, of course, currently is seeing, whether this has to do with the factionalism in the Congress party or otherwise, we're now seeing that work in the state going about unaffected. As far as, of course, the Chief Minister is concerned, he's just left for Vidhan Sauda a little while earlier to receive that report, is what we're being told, of the Backward Classes Commission. Remember, as far as this particular report also, of course, is concerned, this does bring us back to the question of the change of guard. Largely, prominently, why this still remains a big question is because we've seen the kind of pushback that's come from several of the backward classes here ever since the talk of the change of guard began. Many of them, of course, many of the senior leaders here from the party saying that they would be unhappy if a backward class leader is not made the Chief Minister. Of course, while this report itself in particular doesn't really have much to do, with, of course, this change of guard, whether there's going to be more discussed now as that panel goes to submit this report to the Chief Minister is something that we'd have to keep an eye out for.
Absolutely, absolutely. As far as the change of guard is concerned, that was conveyed to Mr. Siddaramaiah behind closed doors. Apart from Mr. Deshpande, no one else actually has openly spoken about it. I believe Zaka also wants to come in.
No, I think the Backward Classes Commission report is something that Siddaramaiah singularly was pushing for as Chief Minister, and there's a background to it. The pushback came from within the party. It came from within the party leaders like DK Shivakumar, for example, or even Mr. M.B. Patil, the prominent Vokaliga and Lingayat faces, because the Backward Classes Commission's finding was that the popular perception, which was that Lingayats and Vokaligas constitute a dominant force in terms of proportion of population. I think it was roughly believed to be about 17% Lingayats and about 9% or so Vokaligas. But this Backward Classes Commission report purportedly shows their numbers to be much smaller, and therefore Siddaramaiah was trying to make a point that the number of backwards, if you were to take all the various backward communities in the state, they would be much more than 50%, and therefore the dominant share of power needs to go to those classes and not necessarily to the Vokaligas and to the Lingayats, who have dominated the politics and the fish and loaves of office, as it were, in the state of Karnataka for the last many years. So I think he's trying to make a point. He's digging his heels in. He's trying to, make public this report on the final day of his tenure as Chief Minister, only to make that point and put further pressure on the High Command that, look, the politics of the state cannot go back to that oscillation between Vokaligas and Lingayats because the backward classes far outnumber them. And two, which is the pitch that he made, I think, when he met the leadership as well, if you want to remove me, that's fine, but make another backward class person who can take this legacy forward. So he had apparently suggested the name of Jarkiholi.
All right, Zaka, I'll have to interrupt you. We are getting the first visuals now of that meeting between Tamil Nadu Chief Minister Vijay and Prime Minister Narendra Modi. Quickly shifting focus to that. Visuals now coming in of that meeting between Prime Minister Narendra Modi and Tamil Nadu Chief Minister Vijay. Remember, before this meeting, he actually also wrote a letter to Prime Minister Narendra Modi raising the issue of the Mekadatu project. Those are images on your screens. This is the first meeting, of course, between Vijay after he has assumed charge. He's become the Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu, and Prime Minister Narendra Modi. Let's go back to Zaka. Zaka, first visuals coming in, images of that meeting between the both. First, since Vijay has assumed charge as the Chief Minister, and we know how he also communicated with the Prime Minister by writing him a letter on the issue of Mekadatu. All of this after DK Shivakumar said that Tamil Nadu has no rights, which also sparked a Karnataka Congress versus Tamil Nadu Congress situation.
Yeah, I think, on this issue, almost all political parties have had a unanimous stand in Tamil Nadu when the ADMK was in power, the previous DMK government, and now, of course, even Mr. Vijay, because they feel that this new project would be detrimental to the interests of Kaveri Delta farmers in Tamil Nadu. So that is one of the proximate issues that he would have discussed with the Prime Minister. there are also other issues which, from time to time, state governments in Tamil Nadu have raised with the centre. The issue of NEET, for example. There was a big face-off between the previous Stalin government and the centre on the conduct of NEET. Even on the issue of disbursement or devolution of central funds and cooperative federalism. Again, these are issues that Mr. Vijay would have touched upon with the Prime Minister, but it also comes in the backdrop of the politics that's happening after he became Chief Minister. Remember, his government is dependent on those 10 MLAs from the Congress, from the erstwhile DMK allies like the VCK, IUML and left parties. But he has been making this very shrewd and deft political move over the last week or so, where as many as 4 of the AIDMK rebel MLAs have resigned, have joined the TVK and will likely contest in a by-election from their respective constituencies on a TVK ticket and win as well. So Vijay's political game is that he is going to shore up his numbers with these rebel AIDMK MLAs, getting them to resign one after another, getting them to fight the by-elections. Remember, Trichy East, which was one of the 2 seats that he won, and he's given that seat up, that will also go to by-poll. So he wants to shore up the numbers in a way that he's not dependent on either the Congress or the smaller ex-DMK allies. So that is the context in which this meeting comes. Of course, I don't know if it would have been directly brought up by the Prime Minister, but it also seems to me that the BJP, being an NDA partner, and the AIDMK is the most affected by this whole political maneuvering that's happening in Tamil Nadu. The BJP has not actively put any kind of obstruction or impediment in what's been going on in the politics of Tamil Nadu and what Vijay and his party have been trying to engineer. So even from the BJP's point of view, they wouldn't want to be very hostile to Vijay, because at the end of the day, the BJP would be rather interested in ensuring that Vijay is not dependent on the Congress. Right now, the Congress has 5 MLAs and 2 ministers out of 5. They would want to ensure that even if it is rebel AIDMK MLAs, if they help shore up Vijay's government, that would make the BJP much more comfortable than if Vijay were to be dependent entirely on the Congress party. So it also increases the BJP's bargaining posture, as well as, of course, increases Vijay's bargaining posture in the run-up to 2029 if he is not dependent on these smaller parties and if he can get these ex-AIDMK MLAs to switch over to the TVK and shore up the TVK's numbers itself.
All right. We also have Mr. Rajagopalan, senior journalist, joining us on the broadcast. Your first comments as we look at these images. Meeting between Prime Minister Narendra Modi and the Tamil Nadu Chief Minister.
It's a welcome sign. For the first time, the non-Dravidian party Chief Minister is meeting the Prime Minister. For the last 70 years, the ADMK, DMK, and the rotationally, they were becoming the ruling parties. After Mr. Amit Shah's great interest in Tamil Nadu, they said DMK ke ukad ke fenkna hai, like that. The political message was said. Therefore, ukad ke fenkne ke baad Mr. Vijay has come. It's a positive meeting. Prime Minister, I am very sure, after receiving the memorandum, it will be considered for the betterment of Tamil Nadu. And Vijay, during his election speeches, also mentioned the financial situation in Tamil Nadu is very worst, and he will seek definitely a participation of central government. Therefore, Tamil Nadu budget session is going to be held from 15th and 16th of June. Before that, Prime Minister's meeting is very significant. Today, he's also meeting Amit Shah and also Nirmala Siddaramaiah. That is going to be a very understanding of the Delhi culture. And Prime Minister Modi would have also given him some sort of political tips to him, because Mr. Vijay did not bring any of his council of ministers to meet the Prime Minister. When he met the Prime Minister, he was accompanied by only the secretary, chief secretary, like that. Therefore, Mr. Vijay has immense confidence in his rule, in his, ruling the state. That is the reason why he met him alone. And Centre would have also given him some assurance he will be compensating whatever the loss you made.
Okay.
Especially on the education policy and also the Meghdadu, Kaveri, plus external affairs of the Sri Lankan problem, the fishermen problem. So Prime Minister got the memorandum. He said he will assure it, and there will be a Tamil Nadu...
Okay, so you believe some assurances have been given to Vijay, but there are a lot of issues, on which the centre and the Tamil Nadu government, whoever is in power, don't see eye to eye. I want to go back to Zaka. You spoke about the power game. One does not know if Vijay is going to win that, but how does it play out? Because at the moment, TVK is dependent on Congress.
Clear now. Now 4 ADMK MLAs have already resigned and have joined the TVK. They will have to face by-elections from their respective constituencies in the next 6 months on a TVK symbol. Remember, one of the big factors that worked for Vijay was the symbol. Everybody knew that the whistle symbol means Vijay, and Vijay went around in his campaign also and said, don't bother about the candidate. If you're voting for the whistle, every single vote is for me, is for Vijay. So what he's going to do is to try and get at least 10 of these rebel MLAs to resign in the next 6 months, join the TVK. He will give them tickets when the by-elections happen, and I'm fairly certain that almost all of them will win, unless, of course, this government does, really badly in the next 6 months. But right now, he has a lot of residual goodwill. He will try to capitalize on that political goodwill amongst the electorate of Tamil Nadu in the next 6 months and hope that the TVK on its own, which is currently at 108, will jump up to 118 plus on its own so that it's not dependent either on Congress or the smaller erstwhile partners of the DMK like the VCK or the IUML and so on. That puts him in a better position, in a comfortable position politically, so that he can carry out his agenda and he doesn't have to worry about what smaller parties are saying. Like, for example, I think the VCK took issue with one of the decisions that was taken by the Vijay government recently. Even on law and order, I think there's been some criticism that's come from one of the allied parties. He would not have to worry about that if he can get an extra 10 MLAs elected on the TVK's ticket.
All right. So Vijay has met Prime Minister Narendra Modi. Next, he is going to meet Home Minister Amit Shah and then Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman. Zaka, thank you very much for joining us on the broadcast. Thank you to Mr. Rajgopalan, to Neha and Imran as well. A very quick break on the broadcast. We have a lot more lined up on the other side. Stay on with us.